And that aligns to, what you say when you say we don't need to find or to harm it. We just have to peel away the layers that are blocking it. And I was just curious what that process looks like for you. And I know that you speak about 4 chisels that you recommend in that process. Could you tell us how people could approach that with 4 chisels?
Yeah, yeah. Let's talk about sort of I think one of my favorites, which is I like to just walk through a magazine aisle. And with a fresh mind, I find either in a bookstore or sometimes at an airport, walk down a magazine aisle and just start to figure out what's grabbing my interest. And it's really important to kind of wipe the slate clean because you don't want to sort of grab magazines that you should be grabbing. So, for example, for me, I'm a lawyer by training, and oftentimes I got programmed to sort of go read like legal periodicals, or when I was in the business world as a CEO, it was like I had to read Harvard Business Review. So sometimes I'm like naturally programmed to go there. But what I find is like if I wipe that clean, I'm like, just what's grabbing me? What am I most interested in? I started to gravitate much more towards philosophy. I gravitated much more towards people like Ram Dass, or and it was those types of magazines and publications that I started to kind of really pick up and put at a table and start to read. And I think that's something that anybody can do. It's a really easy technique. Is just take a magazine aisle walk. And that, I mean, you were talking, Shay, about reconnecting to that part of you that you may have left behind at an earlier age. Things like that, like magazine covers to remind you, can be very powerful. Can be a very powerful exercise.
And